So there's been so much going on in the world recently that it's really caused me to kind of pause and reflect on, where I am, like in life. Um, it's rare that you actually take the time to just meditate on things, and it's typically not in the midst of crisis that you do, but I find in the midst of crisis is where you can find the greatest clarity about yourself, about life, about things that you typically don't take time to reflect on. And so I've been thinking about, what impact can I have on the world around me, the people around me? This moment of reflection of white people and checking themselves and checking exactly how much they are or are not contributing to the condition of other people around them. It's not a conversation that at this point in time, you're unconscious, you're unaware of exactly what's going on. Like, social media is replete with documented information about how one group of people treats another. It's replete with irrefutable evidence of just the disparate treatment that people of color, that Black and indigenous people, of really any melanated people's existence versus white people. It's irrefutable that one is a haves and the other are a haves not. And so as I contemplate, like, what can I do to impact change? And I realize I just gotta keep it 100. Like, anyone who knows me, I shoot straight. I don't have time for BS. And I think people need to understand that when you're having conversations with people today, in this current climate, you don't have time for the BS. You just don't. And if you make time for the BS in yourself or in other people, that's on you, because this is right or this is wrong. And if you don't know, other people around you know if something is right or wrong. And if other people aren't speaking up and aren't checking you, then they're just to blame as you are to blame about the conditions that we're currently experiencing continuing beyond today. Because you have a choice. Each of us has a choice in how we're going to conduct ourselves. I'm going to conduct myself by speaking the truth all the time. You may not like to hear it. That's fine. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you something is blue when it's green or something is good when it's bad. I'm just going to keep it real, 100. So if you're listening to my voice, if you're catching my blog, if you're part of anything that I'm doing in my life that I share on social media or otherwise, it's 100%. So everything that I deliver from this point forward is going to be this authenticity about anything that's happening. And I'm not talking about nonsense. Like, you can concern yourself with nonsense. You can concern yourself whether, Kanye is bugging out or not. That man is experiencing an episode. We should not be judging his episode. Like, that's only fodder. That's only distraction from what's really happening. That's a real life situation happening for that man and his family. And for you to call it anything else, for you to post up memes, that says everything about you and nothing about what he's dealing with. Period. If that was your father, if that was your husband, if that was your child, if that was your friend out here having an episode, would you want people to be clowning him? No, you wouldn't. So if you're participating in any online discussions where you're clowning that man, like, that says everything about who you are, at least to me. Other people may let it slide. I'm not letting it slide. If we're going to be real, like, don't judge people. Don't clown people. Like, don't toss logs at other people. Like, leave other people alone. Focus on yourself. What are you doing to make stuff better for other people? Are you just clowning other people and posting up memes? Are you sharing conscious information? Are you trying to advance an initiative, a cause? There's stuff wrong right now in society. If you're spending your time posting up selfies of you drinking margaritas, that's cool. I get it. We have to be happy and reflect. But make sure you're ready to do the work when you come into other spaces where work is being done. I'm on Facebook and people be wilding. But That's what people are doing. And you have to acknowledge those people for what they are, and you need to decide if you're going to interact with those people or not. There's so much other information on the internet if you're going to be spending your time on the internet than to be on Facebook all the time. And if that's where you're going to get your primary information about what's happening in the world that you think is relevant for you to be going to Facebook to get, then make sure you're getting stuff that is adding to your mind, adding to your capacity to make positive change in society. If you're going to be in a mindless box, you know what I'm saying, and spend your time looking at it all the time, make sure you're doing something to fill your brain with positive and useful information. Don't just go down the rabbit hole of foolishness that's out here. Again, I'm spitting pure gems. I'm listening to these speakers. Ijama just hit me in the head. So you want to talk about race? Like, if we're going to talk about it, let's talk about it for real. Not what what is the word? Revisionist history. You know, slavery was not a walk in the park. It was a real destabilizing, debilitating thing that it was imposed for centuries. And for anyone to have an expectation of people of color to be further than where we are, considering the active impediments being placed on our way, you're just fooling yourself. You're just not dealing with real facts. And that's cool. But keep that to the left. Just don't get in my way. Just don't. I don't have time for it. You shouldn't have time for it. We don't have time for it. People within the sound of my voice don't have time for the BS. So I'm back. My blog, I'm coming back. I got things I want to get off my chest and talk about. So come along with this little ride with me, and let's talk about these things. I got hot people in my cut. I have real brainiac, smart people talking about the nature of things happening today. We're just going to have conversations with these people about what it is and what it isn't. So come along for the ride. Stephen Chukumba 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. I don't even know who I am now, but I'm back.